Hit the like button, you mugs.
Yo, it's Ozzy Kid here. Today gonna be doing a new series, lads. It's gonna be called League Fight of the Week, and I'm probably gonna do this every single week. I'm currently competing in 4 different leagues. If you guys have noticed, I'm competing in the NEC, PrimeTime, ESFL, and the VFL. And you know, it changes. Sometimes in 1 week, I'll have a match on every single league. I'll have literally 4 league fights in one week. I also wanna start competing on 1v1 me again, you know, and then that would be sick. Then I would be competing in 5 leagues rather than 4. But obviously, at the moment, I'm permanently banned. And if you guys can do me a favor, I'd really appreciate it if you can go to the live chat support and then just tell them, can you please unban Ozzy Kid, and tell them you're a huge fan. You would love to see me back on the app, and you know, like, you can say some other things in your own words, and maybe if I get a lot of you guys to ask, that might make a difference. I know, like, I was a fan favorite on the app, so I know I can if I really wanted to, I could probably get loads of people to ask for me to return, and then obviously sometimes I might just compete on another another little league randomly. But like for example, competed on Mellow MMA once, which I probably will do frequently. Because I love Mellow Coffee, so I'm gonna help him out as much as I can. But like those 4 leagues I mentioned previously, those are the ones that I'm doing like all the time. You know, those are my 4 main leagues. So this week I had 2 league matches. I had an ESFL fight and a primetime fight. And I'm going to break down the primetime fight, go over the ESFL fight briefly. And what ended up happening was I was fighting against Dirty Dave, who is regarded as one of the best players in the ESFL. So if I won this, it would have been a big deal. But I ended up losing by decision, and it was one of the most bullshit decisions of all time. Like, look at this. Look at the stats. I stunned him 3 times. I stunned his body once, and I dropped him twice. I've got 47 significant strikes. He's got 26, and I outlanded him as well. And he's only got 2 stuns, and he didn't knock me down once. And I still ended up losing by decision. Like, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. That's so stupid. I couldn't believe, like when I lost by decision, everyone in the Twitch chat was saying, how is that possible? Everyone thought that I won, including myself. So it was so stupid. But if I am to make sense of it, what might have happened is he might have dealt more damage than me throughout, I think, the first round and the third rounds. Like, first round and the third round. Like, Dirty Dave did have some big moments in the fight. He had me in stack guard, and he dealt a lot of damage.
Flashback. Right to the safety of the full guard position. And there's that rubber guard again, Couch, and he's going to try to posture up, and this time he goes stack guard. Here comes the bombs.
This is good stuff from Dave. You know, the head health of Ozzy's getting low, so a ground and pound finish might be live for him.
He would hit me with like Kamaru's cross when I'm leaning back. That does a lot of damage.
Flashback. Now it just seems like Ozzy Kid just starting out real strong, giving Dirty Dave a lot of trouble. He's just starting out real strong, giving Dirty Dave a lot of trouble here with Nate Diaz. But those shots from Usman, he's sneaking him in there, Couch. He's sneaking him in.
Yeah, he is, and he's got some power, so he's definitely doing some damage. But Ozzy landed well.
In the third round, there was a part where I threw a straight and then a head kick, and then I threw the straight. He minor slipped it and hit me with uppercut, and he caught me with the uppercut as I was loading up my head kick. So obviously, when I threw the head kick, I probably lost a big amount of stamina while I was throwing it. And then he caught me like between the frames when I was throwing the head kick, and that probably dealt a lot of damage as well. Flashback.
Dave's
Ozzy
so
trying
good.
to be careful, probably because of all that damage.
Oh man, the block is so low on Dirty Dave. This is a nail biter. Oh man, the block is so low on Dirty Dave. This is a nail biter. Bam! Up. Oh, connection from Dirty Dave. Dirty Dave looking to close out the fight here, Couch. He's throwing bombs, but the head movement from Ozzy Kid keeping him in it.
Yeah, this is exact.
So he did have a lot of like moments where he dealt a lot of damage, and maybe he might have dealt more damage in the first than the third, but I still think at the end of the day it was a bullshit. It was a bullshit decision, and I feel like I should have scored way more, way higher for the knockdowns and the stuns. So yeah, it was just stupid, and I would recommend that you guys check out the full fight. And you like anyone would have thought that I won that match. I don't understand, but if I want to prevent it from happening again, I need to just make sure I don't get hit by those big strikes. I need to make sure my defense is just on point and they don't hit me with no big shots. And another thing that might have caused me to lose is the fact that I'm using Nate Diaz in a 3-round fight. And his power's like 86 or something. He's pretty weak. So and I feel like they mainly judge the fight off damage. So that's why Nate would probably be better for like a 5-round fight. The judges won't really like cater to him as well as Kamaru because his attacks don't do as much damage. Yeah, but yeah, I know what to do. I know what to do to make sure that doesn't happen again. But yeah, let's get into the primetime fight. Before we continue with the video, please use the link in my description to sign up for 1v1me.com. When you sign up using my link, you're going to get a $10 boost on your first stake. And a stake is where you can bet on the other professional competitors of the website. And I'm going to be the one that's going to recommend who you should bet on so that you can utilize your $10 boost. Also because I always bet on the UFC events and I know like all the competitors. So that's why I have a good knowledge of who's going to win and who's going to lose. And the majority of the time when I bet on the UFC events, I get them correct. So that's why if you contact me and I'd let you know who to bet on for the upcoming UFC events, you most probably will get it right. So I'm going to show you guys how you can contact me through the mobile app. All right, so you click on the first icon here that says stake, and then here are all the upcoming events that you can bet on. And then here there's a UFC event. It says Elkenma versus Jack, and here it says stake and get $10 free. That's because I got a $10 boost, so that's basically telling you have a $10 boost. So if you don't sign up, that's not going to be there. But if you do sign up with my link, that's going to be there. So right now, I say Elkenma is most probably going to win. So I'm going to place $30 on him, and it says I'm going to win 72. If I didn't have my $10 boost, then it would have said I'm going to win 62. And by the way, you guys, you need to bet a minimum of $10 for the boost to apply. You can't bet like less than $10 or else it's not going to work. So it needs to be at least $10. But I'm going to place $30 right now on Elkenma to win. Right now it's verified and I placed it. And then if you want to contact me to ask who to bet on, come to the second icon that says discover, click on the search bar, then write Ozzy Kid YT, and then I'm going to come up there, press the little message button there, click on that. And obviously I can't message because I'm not signed into an account, but you just go in there and then write hey Ozzy, who do you recommend that I should bet on? And then I'll respond to you. I'll say, look at all the upcoming events. I say I think you should bet on this person, and then that way you'll be able to use your boost, and you most probably will get it right and will make some nice profit.
That was a great fight. Honestly, it really was. But the next two fights are our we have two more prelim fights, right? We have Muay Thai Jesus versus MBK Mazi and Ozzy versus FSK Bossman. So I'm gonna go
Ozzy Kid versus Bossman in.
Go ahead and tell you right now. Thank you, Nick Kick 02_ for the prime sub. That's what I'm gonna tell you. And I'm also gonna tell you that we're gonna do Ozzy versus Bossman first because they're ready. Okay.
So yeah, it was supposed to be Muay Thai Jesus versus Mazi first, but cause I'm a legend, yeah, and I'm always prepared too early. I'm always on point, yeah. always prepared so early to in lobbied up with my opponent and ready, so they just always just get. That's why they just did me before my man.
They're actually ready. Unlike some people. But here we go. Okay, we got Ozzy. He's looking to pick Jorge Masvidal.
So look at this, lads. Okay, so in this fight, well, let me explain what happened. So my opponent chose Nate, and I chose Masvidal, and that's funny because obviously I'm usually the one that picks Nate, and I would have definitely picked Nate. But what happened was right. So what happened was they told us the weight class. They said the weight class is lightweight, and because I was the higher rated fighter, I had the privilege of banning someone, and because he's the lower rated fighter, he gets first pick. So what I did was, and by the way, because it's a prelim fight, you have to use a 4-star fighter. You can't use anyone over 4 stars. So the 4-star fighter that I banned was Conor McGregor. Yeah, right. When I banned Conor McGregor, they also asked for my Twitch link. So I dropped my Twitch link, and you see when I drop my Twitch link, like it shows the description of my Twitch channel when it says the best Nate Diaz in UFC 5. Yeah, so he probably saw that, and then he gets first pick, and then he gets first pick. So then he chose Nate. So he chose Nate for the first pick, and obviously you can't mirror match. So then I was just laughing in my head. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna use Masvidal. And it's like when people pick Nate Diaz, I just find it funny. Like I just think if someone else picks Nate, yeah, I think it's gonna be an easy fight for me. Like because other people when they use Nate, like they don't like intimidate me. You know what I mean? Like because a lot of man they can't use Nate like how I use Nate. Like obviously I'm not being arrogant, but my Nate is mad. My Nate is so sick. Yeah. Like the best when you watch my Nate, it looks so sick. And when I watch other people use Nate, I just think like these men are just like the way they use Nate is just so shit compared to how I use Nate. And it's like another thing is, yeah, if someone picks Nate, they're basically telling me that they're gonna try to strike with me. And the reason I say that is because Nate's got like 83 takedowns. His takedowns are garbage. If you try to shoot a single leg or double leg with Nate, I'm gonna deny it every time. So you're not gonna take me down. And even Nate, the way Nate fights in real life, he's not the type of guy that's gonna take you down. Anyways, Nate in real life, he's gonna box with you. He's gonna box with you at first. Yeah, and the only time he's gonna use his jiu-jitsu is if the opportunity presents itself. Like for instance, when he fought Conor, he rocked him, and then Conor shot for a takedown, and then Nate reversed the position, got the rear naked choke. The only reason that happened is because initially the boxing led to that. The boxing led to him getting the submission, and that's what always happens with Nate. He boxes your head. He will batter you with boxing, and then he'll submit you if the opportunity presents itself. And another thing is, or Nate is gonna submit you if you take him down. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So he's not the guy that's got. So basically, when someone picks Nate, yeah, they're trying to say to me they're gonna box with me, innit? And like a lot of man, like I said already, they can't box with Nate. So that's why when other people pick Nate, I just find it funny, and I just think I'm gonna win. Like another thing about Nate, yeah, you cannot block break with Nate. Like people need to understand. Like when you use Nate, yeah, when you use Nate in this game, you're going back to like UFC 3 days when they used to have the shield block. That's literally how it is when you use Nate. Like you can throw with Nate, jab, hook, uppercut, go through the block. You will literally do the tiniest amount of damage if you go through the block. Like so, when you use Nate, you're better off just like hitting the body and timing like your straight. Like, you know, I'm not trying to say like intercepting people with your straight, but you don't block break with Nate. Like that's why a lot of man can't. That's another reason why a lot of man can't use Nate. But yeah, so that's why this how this matchup happened in the first place. I would have definitely picked Nate. If he didn't pick Nate, I would have definitely picked Nate. But I like this matchup. This is like the BMF. Like when this is like Nate versus Jorge. That's like the iconic BMF thing matchup. but obviously that BMF fight was in welterweight. This one's in lightweight instead. So yeah, I like this. Whenever people pick Nate, I always pick Masvidal, and then I just batter them. And another thing that's funny is like, something else that's funny is like I wager a lot of people, and then I'll smack them up with Nate, and then they'll say to me, oh, they'll say to me, don't use Nate and I'll batter you. They try to act like as if I can only play good with Nate, and then I say, cool, I say to them, I won't use Nate. And then and then I'll just pick like Masvidal and I'll just smack them up, probably worse. So it's just funny. But yeah, let's get into this, lads.
Here we go. Okay, we got Ozzy. He's looking to pick Jorge Masvidal, which is a surprise. Okay.
Yeah, see, so Roger, right now, he's saying, like, I can't believe that Ozzy's picking Masvidal because he knows that I usually pick Nate.
Okay. Boss Man is using Nate Diaz. Also a surprise. Okay. He's got to switch his profile. They'll lobby back, I'm sure. Or is he meant? Okay, yeah. Okay, so Boss Man's using Nate Diaz. Bossman has a win over Ozzy. It's 1-0. Obviously, the bright lights matter. But I will say this. It's very...
It said that Bossman had a win over me. Yeah, I remember that. It was 1-0 to Bossman. So, if I'm going to be real, he must have beaten me. Like, he must have beat me back in the days when there was exploits. I can't lie, because this guy, if I'm going to be honest, like, the guy is a cheeser, isn't it? At the end of the day, the guy was just cheesing me the whole fight. But the thing is, like, nowadays... it's a lot easier to counter, whereas before this is probably the type of guy that would double leg bail you the whole fight, clinch spam you the whole fight, and like just like spam submissions and all that bollocks. Yeah, like literally, and that used to be a way more effective like a few months back, but nowadays it's a lot easier to counter, which I'm gonna go over in this fight, and I'm gonna explain what I mean. But this guy was just literally trying to cheese me the whole fight. And like I said, like Nate was not the guy. If you're gonna for the way that he was playing, Nate was not the right pick, me. I'm telling you, because like I said, like if you're trying to use Nate, then you basically have to box until the opportunity presents itself. You're gonna have to box. So that's not what my man should have done. Like, and also he was trying to block break me in this fight as well, which he couldn't do either. Because like I said, you can't block break with Nate. I feel like a 4-star fighter in lightweight, that would have been way better for him with the way that he was playing. Would have been Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez would have been a way better choice for this guy. I don't know who. There's probably other guys as well. Like obviously in lightweight, you got like Islam and like Oliveira, but they're over 4 stars. But I think Eddie Alvarez would have been good for him, and I don't know who else. But Nate was not the right pick for him for the way he was trying to cheese me and stuff.
Very, 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 very weird seeing Ozzy fighting Nate Diaz. You never really see him use somebody else, especially against Nate Diaz. Like, usually he's just Nate Diaz. I've watched him mirror match Nate Diaz with Nate Diaz. I wonder I wonder if he's, because I think Ozzy's coming off a loss, right? I'm pretty sure he's coming off a loss, right? So maybe after that loss, he's like, I need to change my game plan, change my style, change my fight. Like, maybe he's changed.
Okay, so here Roger's saying like he's confused. He's like, why is Ozzy? Well, how come Ozzy didn't pick Nate? And then he was like, Ozzy's coming off a loss, which is true. My last primetime fight, I fought some guy called Dezinho, FSK Dezinho, and I ended up. It was like I picked Nate and he picked Connor, and I ended up losing. But let me see if that's true. Oh yeah. So yeah, if you guys check this out, this is my primetime playlist. So we're not talking about the Arnett fight. We're going to talk about the fights that were on actually cards. So yeah, my last fight on a card for primetime was against FSK Dezinho, like I said, and I did end up losing this. It was Nate versus McGregor, and I ended up losing it. But like the thing is, like, I don't really think you can say like, oh, it's because Ozzy was using Nate Diaz, or you know what I'm trying to say, because you see this this Desenio guy, he's in a clan with Fadinator. Like Fadinator's in FSK as well, so he probably gets training from Fadinator. So he's probably like he's probably a really good opponent. So you can't really like me losing to him is not embarrassing. You get what I'm trying to say? Because he's probably really good. So you can't really look at this fight and say, oh, Ozzy should stop using Nate because it's holding him back. And then like this, the fight, like the fight before the Desenio fight, I fought Trixie and I lost that one. I think I used Nate in this as well. I'm not sure. But no. This fight versus Trixie, I chose this was when Prime Cody Garbrandt just came out, and I chose Garbrandt, and Trixie chose Jan, and I ended up losing this as well. But this is another fight. Like Trixie is literally one of the maddest. Like he's really good at the game. So again, like this is another like really good opponent. By the way, I'm talking about this because Roger's gonna say like Ozzy's coming off 2 losses. So then he started to think, oh, maybe that's why Ozzy stopped using Nate. But obviously, like I was coming off 2 losses, but both of those losses were to both the really good players. So like they really did not. It doesn't affect me and make me think like question my skill or think I shouldn't use Nate anymore. But yeah, so by the way, lads, make sure you check out this playlist, my Primetime MMA playlist. This is a mad playlist right here. You guys can check out all my fights so far in Primetime.
To change my game plan, change my style, change my fight. Like maybe he's changing things up, and we see a different kind of Ozzy. Maybe he has a different fight style today. Let's see.
Here's the thing.
Then like obviously. Not saying like I didn't pick Nate. Maybe I'm switching it up. They're saying maybe I'm switching it up. I'm gonna come in with a different type of plan, different style.
Here's the thing. He is known for using Nate Diaz, but Ozzy knows how to box. But the thing is, it's different when they're used to those animations. Nate Diaz has very specific animations, and Ozzy's not going to have the reach he's used to, Jedi.
Yeah, 100%.
So there, J Diamond is saying I'm used to using Nate like with a really long reach. So maybe I'm not gonna be as good with Masvidal because I'm used to having like a really long reach, which I think is actually a good point. But I still feel like I can do really good with work with Masvidal. And by the way, lads, I just quickly moved my face cam to not block their faces. That's my bad. Sorry for that. But let me wheel it. Let me rewind it a bit because those combos were disgusting. Look at this, lads.
But the thing is,
Let's bring it back a bit because that was disgusting.
He is known for using Nate Diaz, but Ozzy knows how.
So look, I threw the jab straight and he slipped it. Bossman's gonna do this throughout the whole fight. I remember always trying to slip my 1-2 every single time. That was a big habit of his. Now watch this, lads. This is disgusting though. Watch this. I just had to just rewind it quickly. Now watch this 1-2. Watch this 1-2 when he comes in. Bang. Disgusting. 3 times to her body, cross hook, body uppercut, lead hook, and the dirty combo. But you see that nasty 1-2. I love 1-2s like that, you know. And Masvidal's 1-2 is mad. It's actually so sick. Like I used to love using Masvidal back in the days, like when I wasn't familiar with it. It used to fit like Masvidal to me in UFC 4, early UFC 4 days used to feel so nice. Oh, look at this 1-2, bang bang. Oof, I love 1-2s like that, you know.
Different when they're used to those animations. Nate Diaz has very specific animations.
Oof, disgusting. But then you see that disgusting 4-piece.
He's been, cooking in the lab, but
nice body kick there.
Nobody knows about Roger.
Yeah, and you know what? I can already see it.
See, he's trying to slip the 1-2.
Looks like a different fighter to me. See, if this was the
he's trying to slip the 1-2 again.
We saw him out here. He would have threw 1,000 punches by now. He's actually fighting a little patient, a little more technical this fight. And
and there, Roger's like he's used to me just having such high output, which is true. Sometimes when I use Nate, I just whiff so much, and I'm just throwing.
And he's using, he was already using the jab before.
Body jab, body uppercut.
I like the Nate Diaz, the Jorge Masvidal pick because
nasty cross.
The animations aren't affecting him, and he's using the range and the strikes.
saying the animations are not affecting me. I'm used to every animation, bro. I'm good with the norm. I'm good with the regular cross. I think the Celtic cross is probably my weakest. I'm probably not. I'm probably the weakest with the Celtic cross, but I can still do work with the Celtic cross as well. And obviously Nate's looping cross, I'm too nasty with that.
Very well.
And then there's one clinch attempt. He's going to be clinching me the whole fight.
Because, like I said, we're so used to seeing him.
What's the cross?
And the animations are so different, like J Dime said. So, you know, I was very curious to see it. And right now, he looks really good. I ain't gonna lie. But it's still competitive. It's not like he's running away with the fight.
This is the thing. When it comes to fighting against Ozzy, right? I feel like
Nasty
a lot
one
of
too.
times it's tough to just get into a straight out striking match. You have to do what he did right there with the clinch. You have to make it a full MMA match because
So I'm saying J-Dam knows what he's talking about. J-Dam saying, bruv, if you're gonna fight Ozzy, don't try to get in there and try to outstrike him. Especially not with Nate Diaz, bruv. I'm telling you, this guy chose the wrong fighter for this.
in a full kickboxing match, Ozzy does good. And the time
Nasty
he can
cross
lose
again.
is because someone mixed it up. They mixed in the grappling, made him have to fight.
Literally, like J-Dam saying, like when I lost to Trixie, like I was talking about before, because he was mixing in the grappling and all of that. That's why I lost.
A full MMA match, Jedi.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, like maybe I'm mistaken on like who I'm remembering Bossman as, but you know, I was under the assumption that Bossman had a relatively pretty good ground game. So I would have expected that, with
Yeah, so now Jedi is saying he knows Bossman as like a good grappler, but the thing is, like, if this was pre-patch, he probably would have got me down by now. He probably would have double leg bailed me and got me down to the ground, or he would have clinched me, put my back to the cage, and he would have taken me down by now. But I'm just doing a good job at preventing myself from getting taken down, or else he would have definitely done that. But I feel like this guy's kind of been patched out.
the minute 45 left on the first round that this would have gone to the ground already. And honestly, you got the Nate Diaz pick, like you kind of have the advantage on the ground against the Jorge Masvidal. Like, why not? Especially.
And then there I stopped the clinch attempt, which was he kept trying to go for the clinch, and I rock him there with a dirty cross uppercut.
Have the advantage on the ground against the Jorge Masvidal, like. Why not? Especially when
cross uppercut body hook. I landing the whole fight. Cross uppercut body hook is too dirty.
Having a difficult time against your Jorge Masvidal, Roger.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
There, look here. I made the read straight away that he was ducking, because look, if you guys notice, like, watch this.
Especially when.
So I rocked him here.
Time against
I threw the jab, and I saw him duck. So then I was thinking, okay, when he's rocked, he ducks. So now I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna make him duck into one of my combos. Watch.
Masvidal, Roger.
Yeah,
See, then I throw a hook uppercut and he ducks into it. And Bossman's gonna do this. This is another one of his bad habits. Always ducks when he's rocked. Always ducks, and I'm gonna keep catching him with uppercuts when he ducks.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving the patient Ozzy right now. This is the most patient I've seen Ozzy fight. I ain't gonna lie. He looks really good like this.
That disgusting 1-2 uppercut is too dirty. But I mean, I wish these. I don't understand why these guys don't watch the fight with audio. They watch the fight and they have it on mute. I don't understand why they do that. Like me, like whenever I fight, I have commentary off so they can put the volume on if they want. I feel like when they watch it with volume, it's much better. Another thing Roger's saying, I'm playing patient. I don't know, like, you see with me, like I can play. If people try to pressure me, I can just play on the back foot and smack them up. It all depends what they do. If they're trying to pressure me, then I'll gladly just stay on the back foot and batter them. But if they're not trying to come forward, then I'll come forward. That's how I am.
Oh,
That was
maybe
nice.
this is new pick.
Yeah,
maybe this is a new pick.
I think he's tired of losing. I think he's coming off of 2 losses. I think he was on a 2-loss streak, and now he went in the lab, figured some shit out, and now he's back.
Now they're saying this is the new pick for Ozzy Kid. He needs to use Masvidal, and like I said previously, this is where Roger's like, Ozzy's coming off 2 losses, and he's true and it's right. But like I said already, against very good competition. So,
and he looks like a completely new fighter, in my opinion. Not completely, but he looks like a new fighter. He looks better. He's definitely gotten better.
Look at that. Look at that. Could have battered him there. And you know what? Yeah, you see, after this fight, I did my ESFL fight versus Trixie, and the mistake that I did here, I fixed it in my ESFL fight, and that's how I was able to rock Dirty Dave, because I slipped one of his attacks, and then most high level players, if you slip their attack, they lean back. So if you slip their attack and then hit them to the body, then you'll batter them and you'll get a body rock. That's how I rocked Dirty Dave. And
Flashback.
I mean, so far he's doing good on the feet, you know. So maybe use those combinations and then go for a takedown, because he went for 2 and then kind of gave up on it after a takedown. Because he went for 2 and then kind of gave up on it after that. And now, he's getting beat up a little bit.
Oh yeah, vicious body shots, and the stamina on Dirty Dave was so low, and Ozzy Kid capitalizing it. And you know,
mistake I made here. Look, watch.
In my opinion, not completely, but
Watch, he throws jab, uppercut, hook, uppercut. He throws jab, uppercut, hook, uppercut. I slipped that, and I tried to throw counter uppercut, and he leans back. If I slipped the uppercut and I threw a body hook, do you know how I would have battered him? But yeah, I fixed that in my ESFL fight. I'm gonna show you, man, a clip of what I did, because I made sure, and I'm gonna do that from now on. Just always slip body shots, and that's disgusting. If you land that, they're fucked.
Better. That almost got him. That was a nice pull from Boss Man. I think you're right though, Jedi. I think Boss Man, you know, maybe he should mix in the ground game. Or well, Jay was the one that was saying you got to mix it up. But you know,
again, cross uppercut, body hook. I love that combo. Okay. So yeah, first round, clearly won that first round. I dropped him, piecing him up. Too dirty. Ozzy Kid going in. Yeah.
Throw Ozzy off a little bit, because it is difficult to just stand with Ozzy, because that's Ozzy's world.
Exactly. And like I said, remember when he fought Trixie and he was having success on the feet, Trixie took him down, right? A dominated fight on the ground. We got to next round. Ozzy fought faster than he was used to. He made Ozzy change.
Yeah, J-Dam talking facts here. Talking facts. Like you know, Trixie is, for me, like, it's so much harder to fight those guys when they're mixing and the grappling and stuff. Boxman could have probably did what Trixie did if he chose someone else, but with Nate, you can't take people down. He's got like 83 takedowns.
Than he was used to. He made Ozzy change his game plan. If you're just gonna straight up box and kickbox with him, Ozzy don't have to change a damn thing, Jedi.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And here he clinches me again. He's been clinching me like throughout the whole fight. But look, let me tell you why this clinch tactic has been nerfed massively in the recent update. And basically the reason why is because before, when someone had you in the clinch, you was always paranoid about the uppercut that they can hit you with when you exit the clinch, and you always had to make sure that you never got caught by that uppercut in it. So that would force you to stay in the clinch so that they don't, and you have to make sure that you exit at an unpredictable moment so they don't catch you with the uppercut. That's how it was back in the days. But nowadays they removed that. Nowadays you basically can't catch people with uppercuts when they exit the clinch no more. So nowadays, if someone gets you in the clinch, you can just straight away just exit. Back in the days, someone could clinch you in the center of the ring, and because you're not allowed to exit straight away, or you'll get hit by the uppercut, you're forced to stay in the clinch, and they have a longer time. They have more time to push you all the way to the fence, because you have to stay in the clinch, so they have more time to push you to the fence. But nowadays, someone can clinch you in the center of the ring, and you can just straight away exit. So they have way less time that they can travel. And you can just exit the clinch. So every time this guy, if this was before the patch, what would have happened is I would have stayed in the clinch because I wouldn't have wanted to get hit by the uppercut. Then he would have put my back to the cage. Then he would have taken my back, and he probably would have taken me down with a backpack or with a back drag. And then this would have been a completely different fight. But now with the new update, he can clinch me and he can try to get my back to the cage, but I'll always just exit before he can reach there. So that's what I'm saying. That's why this guy, like, his style that's why this guy has been patched out. And even this reminds me of my fight versus Easy Work GG on 1v1 me, my second fight versus Easy Work GG. I'm gonna show you guys a clip
Flashback.
Tried to teep me to the head. Here he clinches me, and I get out straight away. I get caught by the uppercut, and whenever he clinches me, his plan is to clinch me, get me in single collar, and then put my back to the cage. And I really, and then here I'm gonna do a trick here. Watch, gets me in the clinch, gets me in single collar. He thinks I'm gonna exit straight away like last time, but this time I'm gonna stay in the clinch, and he's gonna throw the rear uppercut to try to catch me exiting the clinch, but he didn't know that I was gonna stay there. And if he knew that I was gonna stay in the clinch, he could have literally just carried on moving me forward, and he could have just put my back to the cage. So that was the trick that I did there, lads. But in that fight, like what was happening throughout that whole fight is, and obviously this was before the patch. He would clinch me with Kamaru, and I had Nate, and then I wouldn't want to get hit by the uppercut, so I'd stay in the clinch, and then he'll put my back to the cage, and then that was literally happening the whole fight. Like it's all just about me saying, okay, this time I can exit because he's not going to throw the uppercut. This time I can't exit because he's going to throw the uppercut, and then he'll just put my back to the cage and just try to get drag me down or do the backpack, and that's what happened in that whole fight.
Another thing is that, like, you know, Ozzy has been taking a much more
yeah, he takes me down, but I'm able to race it with the get up.
You know, you can't allow a guy like that to have success. You know, if you're gonna give the guy time to work out his combos and, you know, allow you to whiff while he's, you know, marching backwards, like
body jab, body uppercut, very nice.
That's just not the way to go, Jay. Like you know, which sucks.
That's a 30 cross.
What's the thing that you got to do?
And I love that I love that 1-2 to the body. You know, like when I landed that in the fight, I was like, that is too dirty. Look how much damage that done. That is mad. If you fully extend your arm on the body straight, it's mad. That combo body jab body straight is so underutilized, and it's actually does good damage. Look at that.
Like, you know, what sucks because, like, what's the thing that you got to do?
Yeah, that done a lot of damage, bro. Look at that. That's mad.
You got to march them down, and
like
you got to
cross
them and like cut them off and like keep them from having
cross uppercut body hook, pinches me again, gets me into this position, and takes me down again.
Like, you don't want to overcrowd your own self and keep yourself.
But that time, I wasn't able to I wasn't able to do the get up transition and get side control. I think I might have just timed it a bit late.
Can you, like, with that type of length, like, you don't want to overcrowd your own self.
Must have just timed it late.
Having the power on your shots.
Okay, get side control.
This is where Bossman wants to be. Be on the ground.
And there, I tried to go for the get up transition, which I shouldn't have done. That was just stupid because that get up transition is slow. That's why I denied that. I tried to get up transition, he denies that. And then here I'm like to myself, like, just be more smart. Don't try to force it. Roll over to my back, and I deny the arm bar.
Now this is, I'm sure Ozzy prepared for this.
Deny the rear naked choke. And here, I'm not gonna lie, here I was actually scared because I thought he was gonna exploit, because there's an exploit right now in the game. Like right now, if Bossman fakes an arm bar and I bite on it, I will lose more stamina than him. That's actually an exploit in the game right now. So I was thinking, oh shit, like if he just fakes a bunch of arm bars right now and I bite on all of them, then he's just gonna drain all my stamina. And I don't think, and in prime time they don't have no banned rules. Like they won't ban you if you do exploits. Whereas if it was like a different league like ESFL or 1v1 me, I wouldn't care. I would know. I know that if he tries to do that, I can get him disqualified. But in this league, I was thinking, oh shit! Like if he does this now, and I bite on it, then I'm pissed. But the thing is, those arm bars, they can fake the arm bar, and it is preventable. Like if you just deny the transition late and you don't fall for the fake, then you can still avoid it. But it is something that they're gonna remove from the game in the future.
I'm curious, what type or if
see, look at that, for example. Look at that. I denied his rear naked choke and I lost more stamina than him. That's an exploit. That's an exploit in the game, you know.
What type or
that there's no, I shouldn't lose more stamina than him for denying that. That's a thing. That's an exploit.
If Bossman is gonna keep him here the whole
I'm just lucky he didn't do like several, like if he did like that rear naked choke like 3 times in a row, and I bit on it for like 3 times, then I would have lost all my stamina, would have been gone, and then he probably would have beat me like that. Even it would have been so annoying as well because I battered him in the first round and he would have just smoked me with some bollocks.
Whole round because he's got a lot of time to work and he's got his back, and Ozzy can do nothing but be patient right now, right? And he's got him in back flat. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is great for Boss Man. This could be a finish.
Wow, some big ground and pound there. He nearly got me out of there. With that ground and pound. Right, that's a big moment for him.
This is great work he's doing to his hand health right now, and this is what we've been calling for, Jedi.
Yeah,
the arm triangle.
Get the groundwork going, especially when you're not having success on.
This is the thing, man. Try to transition from bottom top, man, and you always get denied every time. So you're better off just rolling to your back.
Like, you have to be.
He's always trying to go for the arm triangle when he has me in top mount. But this time he actually gets the arm triangle.
Recognize that early, Jay. If you're not having success somewhere, you need to change it up.
And then here, I took way too long to fake. As soon as I was putting the arm triangle, I should have faked straight away, but I just waited ages. I should have literally faked right here and right now, because I'm letting him drain my stamina. And you're meant to fake straight away.
If you're not having success somewhere, you need to change it up.
But there, I do a fake. At least I did one, and he bit on it. And then I drained some of the stamina. And now he's gonna sink it in. And I think I raced it a little bit late. I think that's what happened. I raced it a little bit late, and he sunk it in. Yeah, I think I did it a tiny bit late, so then he was able to get the arm triangle.
It didn't take much.
And now I was thinking, oh shit, like I can actually lose this now. Like he might just submit me in this second round, and it would have been so annoying because I was literally battering him.
I thought it was gonna take way more than that. I ain't gonna lie, but I thought he was gonna take way more than that. I thought it was gonna at least take half.
Man,
I went to like a third, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, they were both super low on stamina, so
that's true. That's a good point.
But yeah, like Jedi said, I think the reason that submission didn't take away that much of my submission bar is because we both had very low stamina.
But what is Masvidal's submission defense? It can't be that good.
It's probably high. It's probably really high.
You think so? I don't think it's any more than 90.
I can be that. Right.
And then here, this is actually interesting. Here they're saying like, what's Jorge Masvidal's submission defense? And then J Dime's like, I think it's really high. And then J Dime's gonna say, I'm pretty sure his submission defense is 95. And they're gonna be like, no way, there's no way that Masvidal's submission defense is 95. And J Dime's gonna actually check here and actually look and say I'm looking at it right now, it's 95. And then they're gonna be like, what the fuck, that's crazy. And I actually remember, like, when I was watching this commentary back and J Dime was saying that his submission defense is 95. Like, I even remember that myself. Like, when J Dime said it, I was thinking, like, I remember Jorge Masvidal to have his submission defense to be that good.
He hasn't really been submitted in the UFC that I can remember in recent times. But
they said 95 sub defense.
95.
That's why I didn't take anything.
Hey,
I didn't take anything, and I'm gonna.
Okay.
That's wild.
I'm on UFC to clarify too.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that's another reason why I didn't lose that much of my submission bar, because because Masvidal's submission defense is 95. It's so high, but I don't know if that changes anything.
You gotta make that make sense to me.
Oh no! It is. I see it right now. It's a 95. Clears. Yeah.
Wow. 95.
Well, you know what? That's fine. His sub defense can be that high, but his bottom control is not that high by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, it's 89.
Yeah,
Masvidal's bottom control is pretty shit. It's 89, but there is worse bottom control out there. Like I know, I think there's a lot of fighters that have 87, so it's not the worst, but
getting dominated on the ground, and that's exactly where Boss Man won. I mean, that had to have won Boss Man the round.
I have a question. Do you think picking Nate Diaz was a good anti-grappling along with the boxing for Ozzy? Because when you think about it, Jorge has, by all means, worse grappling than Nate Diaz. Even though the striking may be better, right? other than the cardio, you're sacrificing the grappling, and most people want to grapple Ozzy, and it's
Denied that hip
exactly
toss.
what's happening.
But here Roger's basically saying he should be wrestling with Nate. But like I said already, you can't really wrestle with Nate. It's hard to get people down in the first place. And yeah, so like I said, he would have been much better off using like Eddie Alvarez or someone like that. And here I denied this hip toss, and I know that he's gonna block low. I know that he's gonna block low now. And this is why, guys, this is why you should work the body, you know. Because if he had full body health, then this probably would have never happened. But because I've been chipping away at his body and I got his body health pretty low, I'm gonna be able to land this nasty head kick. Watch this. So I denied the hip toss. I faked the body kick to the head kick. That is disgusting. So watch this. Denied that. I know he's gonna block low. I can feel it. Head kick him. Disgusting. And 2 nasty body shots.
Yeah, I wonder.
And again, look at this. I caught him ducking twice here because, like I said before, I could see he's always ducking when he's stunned. Look, watch.
Nice.
And then I go 1-2 uppercut. Caught him there.
I wonder if
Lead hook. Uppercut again, catch him ducking. So that's 4 times in this fight that I caught him ducking when he was stunned. Always ducks every time.
Diaz is making it harder for him to stop the grappling.
That was huge. The head kick that stunned him and the drop that must have scored so much. Scored so much on the judges.
But right now he's getting rocks. He got to drop. I mean, as long as he stays on the feet, he's the more dangerous man.
But yeah, but at this point, I knew at this point, if I just survived this round, then I won.
Hey, I think Jorge Masvidal will have better.
And then here, he pulls guard and gets a triangle choke. I think he's going to do that twice in this round. He's going to pull guard. He's going to pull guard and get me into a triangle choke. And I should have been denying this. I don't understand why I kept letting him pull guard. But the thing is that as soon as it happened the first time, I should have straight away noted it in my head to hold R2 when he does this, and just prevent it from ever happening again. I could have easily prevented this, and it would have just made the fight much easier.
Grappling only because Nate Diaz takedown defense at 80.
He rolls me over into mount. That triangle choke. If you get someone in a triangle choke and you go mount, it's so quick. Like it's like impossible to deny. It's so quick.
But at least when you're down there, it's more of a chance to get up. You know.
But now Boss Man's got a dangerous position again.
Yeah, his bottom control. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we now. This is
now. I will say this. Boss Man needs this. Oh my goodness. Nice. Boss Man needs this.
Nice. I wouldn't do this.
No.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Here he gets the arm bar.
Now I will say this. Boss Man needs this. Oh my goodness.
And now I was thinking this I could have lost here because arm bars are dangerous, but I fake a transition there, and then he tries to lock in the arm bar. I don't know why he done that, but then I did this, and then now I can basically escape now because he's got no stamina. And then I just go side control and I get straight back up to the feet.
Listen, fellas, I'm sorry. You know, I'm
nice body uppercut
at this game. I am every sense of the word average, and that was a rookie move.
Body jab, body uppercut again. It's disgusting. Look at the striking legs.
Yeah,
I'm taking the position and I'm trying to do damage there. He gave up the position right there.
And look here, does it again. See, like I said, double leg bail and then pulls guard, and I didn't deny this like an idiot. Should have denied this. So easy to prevent this. Just hold R2. That's it.
Trying to get a submission, but we're back.
We're back here. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. There's 2 minutes left.
And then here was a bit scary because he fakes that if you fake this triangle choke and someone bites on it, then which is what happens here. I lose more stamina than him, so I bit on his fake here. Look, he fakes the submission. I deny it. I lose more stamina than him.
And to me, it's 1-1 in the fight.
I tried to I think that was a fake. He denies my fake there, and look at right now, he's got more stamina than me, so it's a bit scary.
Something big off on the ground. He needs to do something big on the ground.
And now he tries to lock, but then what I did here was I was just waiting for him to try lock in the submission so I could race it. And the triangle choke is very weak, so that's why you can race it very easily, especially like right now our stamina is basically the same. So that's why I was able to race it. Like if he had like a big stamina advantage, then I think he would have locked in the submission. But here I'm able to race it.
Oh, he really wants a submission, man. He really
Yeah, I
wants
got out of that.
He really is searching
You
for
see,
it.
he's just trying to cheese me the whole fight, and it's not working.
I'm
Let's
surprised
get back
Ozzy
up to the
got out of
feet.
that. I thought that was going to be in for sure.
Yeah, I thought so
Roger,
too.
I honestly think that Bossman needs to do something big, and that's him looking for the submission.
Three body
that's what
shots
he's
there.
looking for. He's got 1 minute left.
Lead hook, body
of
uppercut,
this
lead
fight,
hook.
and yeah, I mean, if arguably he won maybe the second round, but I mean, if it goes the distance and Ozzy stays on his feet and keeps from being submitted, it's Ozzy's fight.
Body kick.
No doubt.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, cross hook, uppercut, and by the way, like Masvidal's body kick is too disgusting.
He's getting pieces. I think I don't know why he went for the submission so bad. I think the ground and pound would have been more reasonable. Or
And I had that hit toss.
made more sense because then you would have evened up the damage. Number one and number two, if it does
Nice body shots there.
there's a chance you could rock and drop him too. Like going for the submission like that, it hurt him. It literally hurt him more than anything. Now he's in a situation where all Ozzy has to do is survive.
Look at this bit at the end, like that thing nearly happened again where I was gonna slip one of his shots and hit him to the body. Look, literally right at the end, it was about to happen. Because jab, uppercut, hook, uppercut, and I slipped that and I almost hit him with a body shot. Jab, uppercut, hook, uppercut, slip that.
All Ozzy has to do is survive.
Man, that's beautiful.
If I slipped that at the end and hit him with a body shot, it would have been too dirty.
Ozzy's striking looked really good today. It looked really good.
Ozzy definitely leveled up.
My guy J Dam, he was like, my striking looked too dirty. My striking was nasty in this fight. That's too disgusting. Another thing I did lately is I went on J Dam's Twitch and I asked him to react to my first ever fight of the League Fight of the Week episode where I broke down my ESFL fight, and that was when I fought EK Jero, and I was landing those disgusting combos, and J Dam was reacting to it. He was like, "Oh, striking is too disgusting," and I even after J Dam watched that, he started to implement the body jab, body uppercut combo. He learned it from that video. He noticed how effective it is and how nasty it is. Let's too dirty.
I think since the last couple fights, because I think patient Ozzy is the best Ozzy. That walking down and throwing a lot of punches at the block works against a lot of people, but at the highest level, a lot of guys are gonna weather that storm and beat you. Now that Ozzy's come in here and been more patient, and he looked for shots and he did a great job doing it, he won the fight pretty easily. I think the only hiccup was, Masvidal's ground game isn't that good, and he was in some sticky situations in that second round. But honestly, Ozzy's ground game seems to be good enough to make that not matter.
But yeah, nah, this fight was a bit scary, man. There was definitely a lot of sticky situations where I could have lost.
Yeah, he was still able to fight out of those really rough positions for him, and get back to his feet, make the fight work for him. So, arguably that was probably a 2-1 fight for Ozzy. You'd probably like to see Ozzy, have a little bit of a cleaner fight. That was a little bit of a dirty fight for him, but he made it through. So congratulations to Ozzy.
Now, to be honest, I'm not sure if I lost that second round. I might have won all three, but no, I think it's right. I think I did win round one and round three, and he probably took the second because he locked in the arm triangle.
If I'm boss man, I'm mad at myself because I had the position a million times. There's no reason to go for the submission. That submission wasn't going to take much. He should have done the damage, position over submission, and I think it was a bad game plan. And I think Ozzy just did great today.
Yeah, man, Ozzy did a really, really good job. But
appreciate that, man, like J Dam. Appreciate that, J Dam, my guy J Dam. This guy's too legendary. See, a man like J Dam, yeah, his charisma's just too mad. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much if you guys have tuned in up until this point. I appreciate it a lot. Please like and subscribe. Be greatly appreciated, and peace out. In.
Who's on my level? Never stop, I don't forget you. Man on my flow, so mental. I'm back on one settle, got loads of potential. Come hot like a kettle. Your bro so dreadful, don't know misconstrue my child is respectful. Not a lot on my level, got lots of potential. No stuff, I'ma chase it all.